So the last cheap supercar video, got pretty interesting views. Obviously, it didn't get a lot of views. It got like 20 views, but regardless, I'm gonna be making the top five even more cheap supercars that you can purchase. This time, we're gonna be pushing the barrier up from 200,000 ringgit to 350,000 ringgit. So here we go. So on the top 5 list, we have the 2010 Bentley Continental Supersport. Now, obviously you can go for the Bentley Continental Speed, the GT Speed, but I prefer this because this is a true exotic. Now this is a true exotic, but it's also a luxury exotic. Now, this 6-liter WTF twin turbo behemoth is costs around 338,000 ringgit, which is considered pretty expensive for this list, but it's pretty cheap for what you're getting. So what you get is a 6-liter WTF twin turbo engine with 621 horsepower, with the top speed about 329 kilometers per hour. Now that is pretty fucking quick. So it goes from 0 to 100 in 3.7 seconds, which for a car like this is weighs a lot. So for 3.7 seconds, it's pretty quick. It's very quick. So in addition, this car also comes with carbon ceramic brakes. Now, if you know about carbon ceramic brakes, you know for a fact that replacing them is going to be hella expensive. You're looking somewhere around the 30 to 40,000 ringgit. I believe it's for a set, or is it for per tire? I'm not too sure. But either way, uh, this is a good deal for what it's worth, and for that kind of money. I think you maybe if with a little bit of negotiation, you can probably get it down to 300. So on the top 4 list, we have the 2006 Ferrari F430. So it's a 4.3 liter naturally aspirated V8 engine that puts out about 490 horsepower. So the top speed in this car is 315 kilometers per hour. So it goes to 0 to 100 kilometers in 3.8 seconds, and it costs around 330,000 ringgit, which is almost a little shade under the Bentley, but it's a Ferrari, so it has that status symbol compared to a Bentley. you know more people know what a Ferrari is than, logically speaking, more people know what a Ferrari is than more people know what a Bentley is these days. So uh, this is considered the cheapest F430 you can get in Malaysia right now, currently what I checked. um, it's in the signature Ferrari red color, and it looks pretty dope, and it should be a really good find, especially for this kind of price. Compared to Lambos, Ferraris have really declined in price. I personally thought Ferrari was like the Apple version, the Apple, in the market, but as it turns out, they lose more value compared to Lambos. But yeah, personally, this fourth supercar that I would go for if I had 330,000 ringgit laying around in my bed. So up in the top 3 list, we have the 2011 Maserati Gran Turismo MC Stradale. Now, this uh, this is a pretty hard sell. I tried looking for the MC Sport, but it turns out the MC Stradale is like the highest you can go for a Gran Turismo. So it has a 4.7 liter naturally aspirated V8 engine. It puts out about 460 horsepower, which is slightly less than the F430, but its top speed is around 290 kilometers per hour, which is again, slightly just below the Ferrari. So it goes from 0 to 100 in 4.3 seconds, and it has a price about 303,800 ringgit. So unlike the Ferrari, this doesn't have much of value. Again, you know this is a Maserati after all. Um, but for the price, you're really getting Italian engineering, which doesn't really say much. I mean, then again, if you get a Ferrari, it's probably better. But if you want something other than a flashy Ferrari, and you want something low profile, then this is definitely the car to go. So coming in the number 2 list, we had the 2006 Porsche 911 Turbo. It's the 997 variant that you want to be looking for. So this has a 3.6 liter twin turbo flat six, which is technically an inline six engine. It has about 480 horsepower, which isn't much, but the specs itself is pretty good. It has a top speed of about 330 kilometers per hour. 333. kilometers per hour, which is like 1 kilometer more than the Bentley, and it's totally worth the money for you're getting 330. Even the Ferrari goes about 315. So a really good top speed for a car that's a shade under the Ferrari. So it does from 0 to 100 in about 3.3 seconds, which is extremely fast. That's considered like the supercar territory already, a solid supercar territory. Even the Bentley Continental isn't that fast. So for a Porsche, it's really good considering the fact that these cars do hold their value a lot. And a Porsche is really a driver focused car. So if you like taking it to the track, or you just want to do some top speed runs, then this is the car to go for. it, it, it is the price is exactly around under 300, under a shade of 300,000 ringgit. It comes around 298,000. So for that, you really get a lot, especially a 911. These days it's really hard to find a 911 for this price anyway. So coming at the number one list, we have the Aston Martin DB9, the 2009 Aston Martin DB9. Uh, to be honest, I never really expected to see this car in this list, but apparently they're selling for under 300,000 ringgit, which is pretty insane. Considering the fact that it's an Aston Martin, and the amount of exclusivity in it of itself, it's really dramatic. So what you're getting here is a 5.9 liter, which is technically it's a 6 liter V12 engine. It has a V12 engine. Naturally aspirated V12 engine. It has 470 horsepower. The top speed is around 305 kilometers per hour. It goes from 0 to 100 in about 4.3 seconds in the automatic version, if I'm not mistaken, and it costs around 288,000 ringgit. Now, this is a British sports car. Now, keep in mind that most British sports cars around this era do tend to have a lot of problems, especially for Aston Martin. The reason is because they were, if I'm not mistaken, they were merged with Ford and Volvo at this time. So if you're looking to, if you have any problems with your Aston Martin for around this era, then instead of looking for OEM Aston Martin parts, you might consider looking for Volvo and Ford parts, because they're usually similar. And at that time Ford owned Volvo and Aston Martin, so they really switch parts here and there. So yeah, just a friendly advice. That's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, comment, and also subscribe, and also share this video to your friends who are interested in getting a supercar. You never know when they might go get a supercar. That being said, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys soon.